Grace and peace to all of you as you're getting ready to come in. I hope that you're having a blessed day. I know some of you are at work right now on the second half of your day, getting ready to wrap things up, go home in a few short hours. Do me a favor when you come on in, just let me know who you are in the chat. Say shalom, what city you're here, what city you're living in, what city you're coming from. We're going to have an important discussion this afternoon. I'm just going to wait another minute. I got some people trickling in right now. Just going to wait another minute and let a couple more people come through. Let me know where you're at, what city that you are in. I know it should be warm everywhere. I know the weather has been kind of funky in different places, but if you got some warm weather, let me know. You know, I always have warm weather. So do me a favor and just give a shout out in the chat section so I can see who's joining me today. And then we're going to have our talk. Going to have a very important discussion today. All right. Got some more people coming in. Shalom, shalom, Ivan from Birmingham, Alabama. Grace and peace to you. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Sister Mariah, Los Angeles. All right. So I know it's got to be warm there. I know it's got to be warm in Alabama and in LA as well. Jinjing Mac, shalom. You're in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. It's sunny and windy right now. Okay, that's good. Chosen daughter, good afternoon to you as well. Peace and blessings. Got Patrice Ya in Simpsonville, South Carolina. Yeah, it's warm. All right now. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. Thank y'all so much for coming in. And as you come on in, just do me a favor and hit that thumbs up so we can get the conversation started. Grace and peace, my dear, dear sister Diane Henney. All right, it's good to see you in the building. Hope you and Pastor Rich and the fam are doing well. Good to see you. Shalom, shalom, Mama Mariah. Good to see you as well up in TZ. All right, I know it's warm in TZ. I know it's nice and hot there. Sister Wanda, peace and blessings to you in Columbus, Georgia. All right, good. All right, we got a lot of people in the South, from the South on today. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. I wanted to address this topic because I know it's something that, we see all the time. It's something that we are, it's become a part of the fabric of the culture in the West, particularly in America. But I wanted to deal with this subject concerning the expectation of the degeneracy of the Black community. Now, I was actually going to title this The Exploitation of the Degeneracy of the Black Community, but I thought about it and I said, we are fully aware of the exploitation, right? We are so aware that we as a people have been put out there, propped up in the world to be this people that flows in degeneracy. But what I want to do is address both factors, the exploitation and as well as the expectation. So right now here in the VI, it is Carnival 2024, and it seemed like just 6 months ago it was Carnival 2023, but it has been a whole year. And of course, that means if you know anything about the Caribbean, anything about what the expectation is during Carnival, it is a time where the locals come out and it's a very cultural thing. Not everything in Carnival is exploitative, but so much of it is. But there's, food fair, and there's pageantry, and there's all kinds of things that take place from a Caribbean perspective. But I was scrolling the internet yesterday, and I came across a video from these guys that I went to school with, and I've talked about them on the channel before. They are musicians, and they're not just low-time musicians. They have reached they've reached acclaim in the world. One of my old classmates just actually won a Grammy for Best Songwriter of the Year. And so I was seeing online that they had a new video And so I said, let me go and check out this new video that is here. And I went on, and the way the video was formatted, it was vertical like what you're seeing me on your screen right now. And on the sides where it generally would be black, it was not black. It was the background of the island and the people and the community and the scenery, if you will. And so I'm looking at the sides of the video as they're wrapping, and I'm seeing what they're choosing to highlight, and put out there into the world as a representation of the Caribbean people. And one of the things that stood out to me was that there was a huge emphasis on the backsides of our sisters. Huge emphasis. And I'm trying to be very careful about how I communicate. Obviously, we know, what that means. On these YouTube streets, I got to be careful about things that I say. And plus, I just don't need to be saying things that are unnecessary. You understand where I'm coming from. But there was an emphasis on the backsides of our sisters as they were dancing. And it got me thinking about how these are guys I went to school with. Okay, these are guys that I grew up with. And so when I saw that, it's like it hit me on the inside of my chest about how you can grow up with somebody and they can live a totally different life than you later on in life. We in our 40s, but they live in a whole different world. They're in a whole different station in life. But what hit me even more than that was that what they chose to focus on in this video, having the eyes, having the ears, having the attention of our community, was the exploitation of our people. Rather than focusing on the beauty of the scenery, rather than focusing on the positives of the Caribbean people, what was thrust for the viewer's attention was the degeneracy. And so I got to thinking about that, and I said, this is not a Caribbean phenomenon. This is not a Caribbean phenomenon at all. This is something that we who have been dispersed to the four corners of the earth, we alone, not the Hamitic people, not the Japhetic people, not people from any other nationality, but we alone have the expectation of degeneracy in our community, the glorification of degeneracy among our people. And it really struck me because I thought about how it doesn't matter how much we know. It doesn't matter how much we have been through as a people. That there's still a heavy insistence on showing ourselves as a collective from the degenerate side. I want you to tell me, how many of you see that the Arab community puts out as a model for who they are and a representation for who they are? How many in the Arab community put out the degenerate sides of their nations? Have you seen it? Have you seen Arab women half naked, shaking their thing out there for the world to see? Please tell me, have you seen it? They don't. As Tamara said, they do not. Okay, how about the Asian community? How about the Vietnamese people or the Chinese people or the Japanese people? How many of them do you see? And they have anime. But as a collective, what are they known for? Putting the camera on the spotlight on the degeneracy in their communities. Are they known for that? What are these people known for? What are the Arab communities known for? What are the Asian communities known for? They're known for wealth. They're known for, especially in the Arab community, they're known for covering themselves, being separated. I'm not talking about their religion. I talked about Islam yesterday. If you didn't see that, you can check that out. But I'm talking about culturally, what are they known for? They're known for being separated, segmented from the rest of the world, and being a populace with order. Asian community, they're known for their intellect. They're known for their technological advances. They're also known for being separated and set apart in their own respective communities with their own culture. They're known for that. But when it comes to us as a people, what are we known for? Are we known for our scientists? Are we known for our mathematicians? Are we known for our doctors, our lawyers? Are we known for our architects? Are we known for our artists that present beauty over perversion? What are we known for as a people, collectively? And so here's my thing. I'm at the point in the station of my life where I just can't deal with the excuses anymore. I can't hear anymore about how it's the white man who did it. I can't hear anymore about how it's the Ish community that did it. The reason why is because we are fully aware from a historical standpoint, whether you know you're an Israelite or not, from a historical standpoint, even if all your history goes back to is the civil rights movement, that we've had people who have stood on the front lines, whether it's Malcolm X or Marcus Garvey or the Black Panther Party, who have stood on the lines as representations for our community and said, we as a people need to unify. We need to come together. We as a people need to be able to support one another and set ourselves apart. Having homes with stability, having our finances within our community, going and circling among us, not circling among the other nations, husbands with wives, children respecting their parents. If you just take it back to the civil rights era, I'm just talking about the 60s. I'm not even talking about before then. So you didn't do the homework and you don't know about what happened right after chattel slavery or during chattel slavery. You don't know about the stories of Sojourner Truth, and you don't know about Frederick Douglass. You don't know about this, but just take it back to the 60s, and we've had many leaders who have stood up and who have given their lives to try to turn the tide of what we as a collective are known for. But we're in 2024. In 2024. And we are still known for degeneracy. It's an expectation. There is an expectation that if there's going to be any nation of people that are going to be propped up and put out there with the worst of the worst displays among them, it's going to be ours. And I'm not talking to the Israelite community specifically, because we know that we have people in camps that sit there and they preach on the street one thing, but then when they get and gather together, they're doing the same exact thing that everybody else is doing. We already know that. I'm talking about the black community as a whole. Let's look at current day events. Let's look at where we're at today. Let's look at the fact that just about a month, 2 months ago, all the internet was ablaze with the Diddy situation. And still ablaze with the Diddy situation. Let's look at the fact that the Diddy situation is talking about child trafficking, talking about abuse, both physical and perverted sexual abuse of both men and women. Let's talk about the fact that even though we know that that's going on, our community has not turned away from it. Our people have not been disgusted with it. No, in fact, it's the opposite. Our people are looking for every time they get a chance to find out some new gossip about what's going on with the Diddy situation. And they're relishing in it. They're relishing in it. They're enjoying the drama of it. I wanted to bring attention to this because enough is enough. Enough is an absolute enough. We as a people are in moral decline. We as a people collectively do not know how to hold ourselves in self-control. We as a people, we are so undisciplined in our flesh and in our minds and in our hearts that we give into as a collective the most base sides of ourselves and then put it out for the entire world to see. We're doing that as a people. There's been some 20 plus years of information that's come out about the hip hop community, about the R&B community, about how most of them are Satanists and how most of them have to do all kinds of disgusting things in order to get up to the level of elevation before the public. Some 20 to 25 years of information has been put out about some of your favorite artists. And yet these people are still walking around here making millions. They're still a beehive. These people are, for a lack of a better term, these people are, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I just want you to use your imagination to think of the worst things that you could possibly think of that these people are having to do in order to get up there to the elevated level that they're at, and they're doing it. And they're not losing any audience members. They're not losing any followers. You got people out here like Cat Williams and what's the lady's name? Jaguar Wright and the guy from All About Raven. The one that is, they're out here and they're telling everything that's going on. They're telling you behind the scenes of what really goes on. But you know the only thing that is going on with that? Their numbers are just going up. Because the only thing people care about is hearing the drama. They don't care about what they're saying. They don't care about it enough to say, man, this is not it. This is not it. They don't care about it for that reason. They care about it just to hear the latest gossip. Who done got caught up in what scandal in Hollywood today? And this goes beyond Hollywood. The degeneracy is on the local level. And all you got to do is turn your camera on and capture it. And the next thing you know, it's put out there for the entire world to see and the entire world to consume. And we, once again, are putting the representation of ourselves out there for everyone to see that we are nothing more than a degenerate people. A people without any discretion. And I don't want to hear you guys talking about how you can't stand how the women are walking around with the eyelashes out to here and they got all of their skin hanging out and they got their bodies hanging out. Don't you lie. Because all I got to do is take a look at your Instagram page. And that's all that's on there. That's all that's on there. And you women complaining about all these guys having sex with everything that they see and not being there for their children and not making wives out of a woman that they're dating. Don't you lie to yourself because that's all you keep dating. That's the only one that you're interested in dating. The one that every woman wants. That's who you're interested in. Don't you lie. I'm sick and tired of hearing this nonsense. You out here acting like the men are the only ones cheating. You cheating at the same rate that the men are. But you want to sit there and talk about the sisterhood? You don't even know how to be a friend. You looking at her man, trying to figure out how you're going to get her man. In the same way that the guys are trying to figure out how they're going to sleep with and pass you around. I'm telling the truth and you know it. You think because you're an attractive person because you're a good-looking man or because you're a good-looking woman, that you are supposed to sit there and exploit yourself for everybody that lays eyes on you and gazes at you. But the truth is that the Most High did not give you your beauty for that purpose. He gave Esther beauty so that that nation could be saved. Your purpose is so much higher than what you are allowing it to be in this culture. You think because you're attractive that you just got to go out there and you got to be a fornicator, you got to be a thought, a 304. You think because you're attractive, you just got to be the community peen? You don't have to be that. You have no discretion. You're a prostitute. I know what it is to have to stand up in this world and have somebody compliment you because the way that you look and not feel that you have to flirt with them. But it's the expectation. It is the expectation that we as a people, that we cannot have discretion. We have to put ourselves out there because that is what is expected of us. It is expected of us to have multiple sexual partners. It is expected of us to be out there dancing with our backsides hanging out. That's what's expected of us. It's not expected of us to have any moral compass. I'm talking to the Black community as a whole. I am so done with it. This is not who we are. This is who we have been designed to be by this broken system where everybody else in their community has discretion, and whatever they're doing, they do it behind closed doors. And I'm not saying we need to be doing ours behind closed doors. I'm saying we need to stop the madness altogether. But at the end of the day, even if these people are doing it behind closed doors, they're not putting it out there for the world to see and the world to consume and the world to identify them with that. But we are. We are. And you'd be more angry with me for calling it out and telling me how judgmental I am than you will be concerned about changing the behavior in yourself. Don't tell me about how we're colonized. Don't tell me about how the white man is doing this and the white man is doing that. Do you know how many times there have been people who have been shouting from the rooftops, we are the ones that have to change. We are the ones that have to deal with our hearts, the issues of our heart that cause us to continue to be a people who are unstable. We're unstable here mentally. We are mentally unstable. That is the mind of a sicko, a person who has been petrified by traumatic events. And I understand that we have deep-seated trauma. But we cannot continue to allow that to be an excuse for why we are applauding and going into and being entertained by the very things that caused us trauma in the first place. We've got to break free from this stuff. We can be people of character. I know many, I'm grateful to be in the space of knowing many beautiful Black men and women that don't conduct themselves like this. Do you think they're getting the attention? You think anybody's putting a camera in front of their face? No, nobody's putting a camera in front of their face because that's not entertaining. We've made an idol out of entertainment. And no, we're not going to see anything that we should see in terms of being a leader. If this is all we have to offer to one another, if this is all we have to put out there for the rest of the world, it's not cute. It's not cute 40 and 50-year-old men and women walking around here like they're teenagers. Walking around here like they don't have any sense inside of their brain. When are you going to get tired of it? When are you going to get tired of seeing the exploitation of your own people? Your fathers and your mothers and your sisters and your brothers and your cousins. Yeah, it's disgusting. This is why, and I'm going to call her name out, this is why China Monet can exist. This is why China Monet can exist, because she grew up watching this stuff. And she found out that that's the way you get attention. That's the way you get somebody to listen to you. It's not by being an intellectual, intelligent, covered and clothed, respectful woman, but by bending over and shaking her butt. Because that's what she knows you really want. That's what you really want. I don't care what you're saying when you're on the street. What you really want is what she's doing. When are we going to respect ourselves? When you get dressed in the morning, are you even thinking about respecting yourself? When you go out into that world, are you thinking about what message that you're sending? By the way you're conducting your life. Your life is a letter that everyone is reading. Individually and holistically. Everyone is reading us. What is the story that they're reading about us? What is the content? How can we continue to inform you of historical truths if at the end it doesn't even matter, because you're doing the same thing your forefathers did and your foremothers did? What's the point? You can change. We must change. I'm not going to keep going. I'm just tired. My children are growing up in this broken world. And do you know how exhausting it is as a parent to raise up a righteous seed when the representation before them of what looks like them is not righteous? It is exhausting. If we're not going to do it for ourselves, let's do it for the next generation. I want y'all to take a look at my community tab. I shared a post that was shared by a brother about what our young people are looking like today. A bunch of young teenage boys in skirts and crop tops and purses and in heels. That's what the degeneracy has brought our young people to. Because you got to have your hot girl summer. Because you got to be out there sleeping with every single thing that you see. We got to do better. Billy Porter. Yeah, I was looking at some movies the other day, and I saw the Cinderella thing, and I was like, oh, this looks interesting. And I'm looking at it, the trailer. I'm looking at the trailer, and they said the fairy godmother, and then all of a sudden, what comes out is this grown man in a full gown. What the? I cut that thing off so fast. No, I seen all I need to see. Yeah, they got that spirit of Sedge in them, and they don't know it. That lust, they don't know it, Sister Talisha. But you know what? A lot of people do know it. They know what they're doing. I was out just yesterday. I was out Gonna check my mail. And I forgot it was a food fair because I really don't do carnival. I was hungry. So I said, well, it's a food fair. Let me go over there and let me go see what they got to eat. And just walking down the street, our women in the stuff that they were wearing, like they don't own a mirror. Like they do not own a mirror. But they're just out there trying to gain the male gaze, the male attention. Phantom says, been tired, that's why I left the church. Because, yeah, it's in there too. Pastor Rick said home training. That's the thing, the art of home training. Whatever happened to home training? Whatever happened to that? Like, your children are going to try you. They're going to try to put something on you. I know where you think you're going with that. I know you better go put some tights on with that. Whatever happened to that? And anytime you speak to this, you're going to have those among our community, they're going to roll their eyes. Oh, boy. But then wonder why we're in the condition that we're in. Try that in Afghanistan and Iraq. Try that. Try that nonsense over there. You won't, listen, some of our women have gone over to the Middle East with that westernized mindset, gone over there and been locked up for disrespecting their culture with what they're wearing. With what they're wearing. Before they even open up their mouth, by what they're wearing, they said, you've disrespected our culture, and they on vacation, y'all, and they put them in prison. They don't play. It's the expectation for us. The expectation by every culture is, oh yeah, them black people, they gonna keep doing what they do. And we wondering why our little girls and our little boys are being molested in school. We wonder why. It's a part of the culture. Pastor Rick, keep exhorting Israelites, change is going to come. It will. It's going to come all right. Thank you so much for your super sticker. I appreciate you, Pastor Rick. It's going to come. It has to come. Because the Most High is sick of it. He's sick of seeing our people, his people, who are supposed to be the ones that are set apart, so it's supposed to be the ones that are Kodashim. He is so sick of seeing our people as the representation of everything that he commanded us not to do. Do you understand how backwards that is? That we are known for doing everything that the Most High commanded a holy Kodashim people not to do. That's what we're known for. Doing it. Oh, we're not supposed to do that? Okay, let's do that. That is what we are known for. So how do you think the Most High, who sits high and looks low, feels when he sees his people like this? I promise you, daughter of Zion, if you are beautiful, he gave you that beauty for something priceless, something precious. He gave you your beauty as a gift to be treated like fine china, not to be dragged through the mud like a dustpan. Our women out here, it's like the scripture says, it's like a woman without discretion is like a pig with a gold snout, a gold ring in his snout. Your beauty is not supposed to be trampled on like the trash. I promise you, you are supposed to be treated like fine gold. But no one will ever treat you like fine gold until you learn to treat yourself like fine gold. You don't even understand your value and your worth. Nobody ever told you how valuable you were. They didn't tell you how precious that you are. And because nobody ever told you how precious you are looking for attention in all the wrong directions. emotions from all the wrong places. And when you're done being used, you feel like the bottom of somebody's shoe, like the dirt on it. You don't feel like the precious jewel you were meant to feel like. And then you go back and you do it all over again. And you keep doing it and keep expecting that something is going to be different the next time around that you do it. And it never changes because the person on the inside was never developed. You're only working on the external. And I'm somebody who appreciates beauty. I love beauty. I love aesthetics. I love to get dressed up and have on nice looking clothes and put on jewelry. I love to do those things, but I don't do them so that I can be exploited. And I don't do it in a way that is going to bring attention to myself, saying that I am available to be used. I do it to represent the kingdom of the Most High, that He is our Father in heaven. He is a king, and I am His daughter. And when you understand royalty, you understand that royalty positions itself from the inside out to look and to feel and to speak and to act as someone who is elevated, not someone who is down. There is nothing wrong with you being beautiful. It is a gift. If it is used with wisdom, it will be a curse if it is used in foolishness. And that is what we see with our sisters. We see that their beauty has been used as a curse against them. And that is why we have baldness, alopecia. It is a mark of the curse. The daughters of Zion are haughty. Therefore, instead of well-set hair, I will give them baldness. Instead of a sweet-smelling savor, I will give them a stench. But you don't even know who you are. And you're not content. And our brothers, you're out here just allowing yourself to be used like a trash can. Anything that comes by, anything. You make it a game to sleep with whomever you want to sleep with, whoever will give you attention. And especially our attractive brothers. You're out here just exploiting your body so that you can appear to be more manly. But the manliest of men is the man who knows how to have discretion and self-control. You're like a city without walls. Anybody can come in and exploit you. And then you are supposed to be the leaders. And instead what is happening is because you have become sexual deviants, the young men are taking the opposite direction. They're not being manly. They're being effeminate. Because they look at you and say, I don't want to be like you, so they go in the opposite direction. You are the ones that are supposed to be setting the example. Yeah, windshield lashes. That's right. Yeah, some people ain't gonna like this message, and that's okay. You ain't there yet. It's time to grow up. Thanks to my mods who are getting the people out of here who wanna troll. This ain't no trolling moment. We can't, our children, especially when they become young adults, we switch from the parental role to the counseling role, and it's tough. It's tough in this world. But yes, we have to be the representation of what we want them to be. My husband and I, we were sitting down working on our budget the other day, and our son, my coconut tree Malachi, came in the room, and we started talking to him about his finances. And so he's just watching us, and next thing you know, a few days later, my husband goes into the room. He sees his light on at 1 o'clock in the morning, and he busts in his room, and it's like, what are you in here doing? And my son is sitting there with a notepad and his pencil saying, oh, Dad, I'm just working on my budget. I'm just working on my budget. You see, our children are always watching us. They're always watching what we do more than what we say. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend with y'all that we've done it right, because I guarantee you we have not done it right all the time. I promise you this. We've screwed up more times than I can count. Especially when you have the first child. Your first child, they call them your test baby, right? You don't have to know what you're doing when you're raising your first child. But you're supposed to be growing. And you're supposed to be trying to do it better, trying to do it wiser, trying to be wiser. My room right now, this is my children's room. It's getting some construction done in it. But y'all can see in the back, Yah's Big Ten Commands. I'm not telling y'all about Yah's Big Ten Commands, and I don't have it in my home. It's in my home as a representation to my children, what Yah's laws are for them to follow. I'm just saying, family, what are we putting before their eyes? What are we speaking to them? What are we showing them? We have to show them by the way that we live, that we're sincere about this thing. It's too many of our people in this culture that are just swallowed up by this culture because the expectation is that our people as a collective, old and young, are going to be degenerate. Ain't nobody trying that in Saudi Arabia. They know better. We'll leave the mall without clothes before I bought trash for my daughter. Oh, yeah, we fought in the dressing room. I know that's right. No home training. Grandma and Papa at the club with the kids. No training. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Home ain't training. Social media, TikTok. That's training the children. It's true. We look like Babylon. I pray to the Father to fix it. When we are dressed, we're called every name, and the predators come out more. Some apologize, others try to fight their elders. It's so true. But that's the problem, what you said right there, sis. We look like Babylon. That's a problem. I tell the women I work with, we ain't supposed to wear tight clothing. I mean, you can't put nothing in between their skin and the pants. We got to be presentable. That's right. Be presentable. You can be absolutely stunning and fully clothed. You can. It is quite possible to be that. Now you know why he will deal with us face to face in the wilderness. People don't realize how serious that is. It's so true. No, there isn't enough shouting because it's the expectation. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Brian. It's the expectation of degeneracy. It's just expected, not just by the other nations. It's expected by us. We expect degeneracy among us. We don't expect that what we as a collective are people with morals and values and integrity and visions that come to fruition. We don't expect that from ourselves. We were trained out of that. We used to. We remember, for those of you who don't know that we're Israelites, the southern kingdom of Judah was the royal house. The royal house of Israel was the southern kingdom. We were made to be royal. Our royalty has been snatched away from us. If you don't train a child the way they should go, you don't discipline them, then you do. You don't love them. That's right. You don't love them. You love yourself. Got a lot of trolls today, boy. Moderators out here doing overtime. Yeah, they're going to get that Hebrew hand over here. Respect is not a label if content is not there. That's right. That's why when we try to tell everybody who we are, we trying to tell them, we the people, we the people, we the people. Everybody rolling their eyes like, yeah, okay. Y'all the people. Right. Because it's an expectation of degeneracy. People don't believe our report because of what they see as a collective. That's what it is. That's why the Most High got to step in. Yeah, comment section will be lit today with trolls coming out the woodworks. Well, come on in. Come on in, trolls. Come on in. Pride of Judah, thank you so much for your gift. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Trolls in here thick. Because I'm telling the truth. And you know, see, that's the thing. When you're telling the truth, it's always going to be somebody that the devil uses to come in and try to intimidate you or stop you from telling the truth, because it is the expectation of degeneracy. Again, what we have to understand is that degeneracy is like a well-worn path. That has been a well-worn path that is smooth to walk down. What I'm talking about is taking the machete and cutting down the long grass of having representation of us the way it was intended to be. That's too much work. That requires discipline. That requires a mind shift. That requires a spiritual renewal. And most people don't want to do that. Malak, thank you so much for your super sticker. I appreciate you. Call for the Wailing Women. Thank you so much for your super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. Thank you, Avril, for your super sticker, your super chat. I can't tell if it's super chat or super sticker, honestly. I just keep saying super sticker. Thank y'all so much. Lamar says, parents don't hold their kids responsible for their actions. Have their kids on a pedestal. They can't do any wrong. Kids don't know what a whooping is. Okay, they don't. But you know, here's the worst part is, Lamar, is that they can't hold their children responsible or accountable because they're not holding themselves responsible or accountable. Someone just said the mama and the grandma in the club together. Okay, they all partying together. This is the first generation where I think the music that everybody's listening to is about the same. It used to be back in the day where the parents be like, oh, turn that record off. That ain't music. Right? No, the music, the musical choices, everybody is trying to fit within the same framework of trends. The same trends. The mama and the daughter and the granddaughter all doing dance-offs together. Seeing who can shake their booty the best. In the same video. I mean, come on now. That's what's happened. There's no more, there's no mamas that are setting the standard for their daughters, and there's no fathers that are setting the standard for their sons and their daughters. This is why when I had Sister Janice on the other day, shout out to Sister Janice Levon, and she kept talking about her father, and she just kept talking over and over again about how powerful of a man her father was in her life. I stopped and I highlighted that because that is what the father is supposed to do. He's supposed to be that representation to his sons and to his daughters of righteousness. And we don't have that. So we don't have the mothers doing it. We don't have the fathers doing it. We don't have the respect levels within our community to even allow each other to walk in the roles in which we were created to walk in. And that is the problem. Lady Steph, thank you so much for your gift. Appreciate you. All right, family. I'm gonna go. I just wanted to share this. I want to thank y'all for coming in. I want y'all to share this. Yeah, I know I'm gonna get heat back from this. I know I'm gonna get backlash. I don't care. Let me make that very clearly. I want to say that for people who have a hard time of hearing, especially those of you who are in the back. I do not care. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, someone has to stand up and say the hard things. Okay? I am not coming from a position of judgment because I already know what that life looks like. I know what it looks like. But the problem is that many of our people who knew what that life looked like when they were in their teens and their 20s are still living that way in their 40s and in their 50s and in their 60s. They ain't changed. They still talking about having hot girl summers and they in their perimenopause and menopause stage. I'm sorry. What are you doing? Y'all, I'm not trying to go off again. Listen. You still got these brothers out here trying to act like they're teenagers and they in their 50s and 60s with heart palpitations and diabetes. You don't even want to get out into the next stage of your life because you still trying to be in your 20s. Your hairline is back here and you still trying to have your hair braided like you a teenager. You won't even grow up. Yeah, I know people don't want to hear that. You're going to find out today. I said you're going to find out today. It's not cute. Put some clothes on. A proverb a day keeps the stupidity away. Open up your Bible and get some wisdom and some knowledge and understanding, and all thy getting, get understanding. It's not cute. What am I talking to the babies for? The 40s and the 50s and the 60-year-olds are the ones that need to hear this. Y'all out here representing us. The worst of the worst. When do you grow out of this stage? When do you grow out of this stage? When does it make your stomach turn? When you hear about little children being molested? When is your stomach going to turn? Well, when it's your child, that's when it's going to turn? Then all of a sudden, you're going to have a problem with it then? You ain't going to have a problem with it until it hits your door, right? I'm getting sick of this. These children out here are being left unprotected. Let me get off of here. Let me go and get off of here. Father, help your people. This is not easy. This is not easy. You stop looking for the easy way out. This is not easy. You think it's easy to be in integrity? You think it's easy to live righteously? You want it easy. It's not easy. You think it's easy to make a covenant with your eyes like Job, that you would not look at a woman or a man with lust? It is not easy. It is difficult. But it's not impossible. You can do all things through Mashiach that gives you strength, that you even know him. You want the easy way out. And then another generation passes. And we still the dry bones. And the next generation will be worse than the last one. Because you want the easy way out. You don't want to hear this. But you need to hear this. I got to live this every single day. And the people that I know that are doing this are living it every single day. You think it's easy for them? You think we don't all have flesh? We all got flesh. I said we all got flesh. We all wrestling. We all get attacked in our minds. We all got the devil trying to put us in situations where we know that we've been delivered from. We all used to smoke. We all used to drink. We all used to club. We all used to party. You think you brand new? You ain't no brand new. This ain't no brand new. I've been to the best clubs. I've been in the best VIP sections. I hung out with all the celebrities. I've been in the limos. I've been in the penthouses. You ain't telling me nothing new. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Is it more profitable for you to gain the whole world, exploiting yourself in degeneracy, than it is for you to humble yourself before the Most High, let him do a work inside of your inner man, and change your entire family, your entire community, and your entire nation? Stop telling me about some reparations when you don't even deserve it, because you're not living holy, you're not living purified, and you love it. You love your iniquity more than you love the truth. This is not easy. This is for soldiers. And you can get angry because I'm yelling, but I'm telling you something that you need to hear. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of our sons and our daughters being put on the altar of Baal and Molech and being sacrificed because you want to have your hot girl summer. Because you want to be out here like a Dusty, sleeping with everybody. You know how many brothers out here are looking for good wives? Good brothers looking for good wives? How many good wives are looking for good husbands, but they can't see through the veil and the crowd of dust? They can't see through it. Because there's too much nonsense and debauchery out here. here in front of their eyes. They can't see to find their spouse. Because there's too much of this noise out here. Too much of this nonsense being pushed and elevated to the forefront. The expectation of degeneracy is being pushed on them from the left and from the right, and they're trying the best they can to live righteously, but you're standing in the way, and you won't get your dusty self out of the way. At least just do us all a favor and sit down somewhere and get out of the way for those who want to live right. Stop posting on social media. We don't want to see you twerking no more. We sick and tired of seeing you twerking. Cancel your Instagram. We don't want to see your BBL no more. We sick of it. We sick of it. Disgusted with it. You don't represent me. You don't represent the daughters of Zion. You don't represent my husband. You don't represent the men of Yasharal. You don't represent us. You represent your father, the devil. And his bidding you will do. So we're going to stand up. And we're going to call you out. And we're going to say, move out of the way because you do not represent us anymore. This is not who we are. We are kings and priests of the Most High. Move your sorry self out of the way. Can't handle nothing for real. Can't discipline yourself for real. All right, I'm done. I'm done. And don't lie to yourself and don't ever think for 1 second anything I'm saying I wouldn't say to you square in your face. Don't think because I'm on this screen that that's how I get it out. I'll tell you straight to your face if I saw you. Because I love you enough to cut you. Better are the wounds of a friend than the kisses of an enemy. The only way I ever change is having somebody bold enough to look at me dead in my eyes and tell me the truth about myself. All right, I'm done. Relics, I'm born again. I'm born under the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach. He is the rock of my salvation. I do not hold to religion. Our Savior said in Matthew 28, go out and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Disciples. That's what we're called to make. Disciples of all nations. Religion got it twisted. What's up, my brother Big Red in the building? Love you, bro. Appreciate your membership. It's my brother right there. We have these hard conversations all the time. Because it's folks of us out here, it's those of us out here, we tired of it. We tired of it. We sick of it. We don't want to see this no more. This ain't us. Enough is enough. Anyway, family, go on and hit that like button, share it. It is what it is. I hope y'all have a blessed day. I've been on here for a whole hour. Y'all know I don't do this live like this for no hour. Been on here an hour. Y'all willing, when he allows me to come back on, I'll come back on. I'll continue to upload some videos that I got in the woodworks. But I hope y'all have a blessed day. Thank you so much. Thank y'all for all of those of you who have contributed, who have supported, who continue to support this platform. It is a makes a huge impact for us, for our family, for the work, the projects that we have going on, the blog, the newsletter, all those things that we're getting ready to do. Thank you so much for your support. And you can continue to do so by way of CashApp, PayPal, Super Chat, Super Thanks, Super Sticker, or become a monthly supporter. So thank you so much again for those of you who continue to support the platform. Thank you for those of you who continue to pray. And we will be having prayer soon, 714 movement prayer. So with that in mind, family, I hope y'all have a blessed day. And even as much as I said what I said, it was out of love. All right? It was all out of love. So love yourselves without hating your enemy's family. Until next time, family. Y'all bless. And Salama.